This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 7th year. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey, hey everybody, this is the Ramble. See, it says Alex, it says the Ramble, and then it must be real. We're here until midnight tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that smiling, beaming face is a guy I love to talk to once a week because we just have a nice time talking. This is Stephen Kravitz. Hello, Stephen. How are you, my friend?
Good, Alex. How are you?
Yeah, how's everything there in Worcester, Massachusetts?
Well, right now it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, too. It's very nice. We do this during the day, folks, in spite of the fact.
Right.
Yeah. I probably should, because we run this at night, so they can...
Right. That's why I never know what to say. Good day, good morning, good evening.
Yeah, something like that. But it's really nice up there in Worcester. Also, how are you doing? Are you out of the COVID now? Are you
Oh, yeah.
up to 100% everywhere and
Yes.
all that stuff?
Yeah, no, it's weird not to wear a mask.
What? You don't have to wear a mask now?
No.
We don't either. We're 100% on most places. I think if we get on a subway, we have to wear a mask.
Right.
And,
On a bus, on the subway.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, you still have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And in most stores don't require it anymore.
The what?
Most stores do not require a mask.
Right. Well, they did away with the mask thing yesterday, and the 100% and so on. But I went to a pharmacy and you had to wear it.
Right.
You
right.
know, and I went several other places where I found that I had to wear it. So.
Well, I still wear it when I go into a store.
When you go into a store.
Right, and then it depends on how comfortable I am. I'll either take the mask off or I'll leave it on.
Oh, okay, all right. You know, I carry one. In fact, I have one in my pocket right now. Just one of these little things. You know, just
Right.
nothing complicated. Not the surgical mask or whatever anymore.
Right.
I would not have worn this one in the old days because I didn't consider it. I don't know. It didn't seem to work well.
Right.
But
right.
the good old-fashioned masks.
Surgical.
The surgical masks were what I liked wearing. You know.
Right.
Right. And we still have hundreds of them in the house.
Hey, really?
We're ready for the next pandemic.
Well, let's hope not.
Yeah. So has anything changed in your life? Let's say career-wise, because of the uptick in freedom, as it were?
Not just yet. Although I did have a critter in the house. I had a mouse, which I caught, and then I had to wear gloves to flush down the toilet. The gray white hunter.
If we flush them down the toilet, do they still live?
Oh, he was dead.
Oh, you had already killed him.
Well, I didn't. The trap did. Snap.
Oh, okay, one of those. We get the glue traps.
What's that now?
The glue traps are the ones that when they wind up in them, the glue trap hops around. You know.
Oh, God.
No, because they're stuck in there. They're dying. They're dying of starvation.
Right.
Marjorie
right.
goes, well, it's more humane. What, more humane than just hitting them over the head and killing them?
Right. Mine was done in a second. It was snap right on the neck.
Yeah. Well, we had a dead mouse, so I just threw it out the window. You know, nothing to do with it. So I notice you haven't done anything about your tooth yet.
Well, I've been calling around, and most dentists aren't taking new patients.
They aren't taking new patients?
Right.
You
Or
mean-
nude patients.
You mean there aren't any new... they must be doing really well if they're not taking any new patients.
Yes.
Because what I find about dentists that bothers me most about dentists is the dreaded tooth cleaning.
Oh yeah,
Because
that hurts like hell.
no, but forget about that part of it. I can take the teeth cleaning. I know that it's important, but we have to do this 4 times a year. Well, the insurance only says twice.
Right.
Okay, and then what they do is they then it's like they're exploring like in a gold mine. Okay.
I always felt as a kid they would fill your teeth and then drill holes in other ones to create new cavities. I always felt they did that.
Yeah. Well, in this particular case, I think that the reason they do the cleaning is they can take the X-rays, and they take the X-rays so they can find out something. And there's always something wrong.
Right.
They always
right.
find something,
Especially at our age.
especially at our age. But in general, they always find something.
Sure.
You know, they're looking for business when they do that. Let me see
Right,
here.
which
Let me
is
look in
why
your.
they would drill those extra
Yeah,
holes.
let me look in your mouth there. Oh, I see a yacht.
I see a new condo.
So you call the dentist and they don't have any appointments available?
Right. Right.
I never knew a dentist that didn't have room for one more person.
No, usually, it usually happens with doctors. Doctors don't accept new patients a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
I was lucky to get a doctor.
So, but I mean, but with dentists, I mean, come on, they're always looking for new business.
Right.
Maybe
Right.
you didn't have the right insurance or something. Or
Maybe I don't have any dental.
oh, yes, you don't have any dental insurance. Right. I forgot. You're the normal
Right.
American. Boy, you know what really pissed me off? I mean, I know, folks, that we have a tendency to talk on this program a lot about medical stuff and insurance plans and
Right.
crap like that, but we're at that age. You know, this is the most important thing to us at this point is how insured we are.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And it's because at our age too, something's going to go wrong. You know, you didn't just because you did all that running and the jumping and the flip flopping and all the things you're supposed to do to be healthy, and because you ate a healthy diet and you didn't eat too many fats and you didn't do this and you didn't do that, the fact is you're still going to get fucked up when you're 80. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Something's going to happen. I don't know anybody my age who doesn't have something wrong with them, no matter how healthy a life they lived. So,
Well, I know very few people who have no problems. In fact, I don't know anybody who doesn't have some sort of medical issues at my age.
at your age, and you're what, 60,
65.
65. And you take my wife, she's got like a whole bunch of things. I mean, nothing's going to kill her.
Right.
Mind you, but just she's got a little this and a little that, and she's got a
Right.
back thing, and she's had that all her life, and so I mean, really, you need the insurance. Well, now here's the thing. So it comes to pharmaceutical insurance. All right.
Right.
So they got this Part D. Now we were thrown in because AFTRA threw us out. Okay,
Right. You told me that.
threw us out. We had to go out and just buy normal insurances in addition to the Part D Medicare or whatever.
My Part D Medicare takes care of my prescriptions.
Yeah, that's fine, and that's wonderful, and that's terrific until you get to the donut hole.
Right. Right.
Well, yesterday I go to pick up my wife's stuff, and she gets this stuff called Restasis, which is an eye drop or something. And
Right.
it's really good at preventing dry eyes and so on, and she needs it, okay? Yes, we have everything here. By the way, we should let you know the Restasis is going to cost $400.
Oh my God.
And we said, why? And they said, well, you better call Medicare and ask them. And so she called Medicare today, and they said, oh, well, you hit the donut hole. It's only, what, the beginning of June, or the middle of
Right.
June, and she's already hit the donut hole?
Now, what does that mean? You've used up all your prescriptions?
No, it's when you reach, I don't know, something like $3,000 or something, $3,500, and then it
Right.
goes into a donut hole. I don't think you pay the whole amount. I don't know what happened once you hit the donut hole, but the fact is there's a period of about $2,500 there where not much happens. You're spending money like crazy.
Right.
Now,
Right.
what I think is wrong about this is that this is Medicare Part D. Medicare takes care of people over the age of 65. When
Right.
you've reached over the age of 65, chances are you don't have any income coming in,
That's right.
right? Why create a donut hole for old people? What? It's ridiculous.
Right. 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 Right.
And somebody's really got a lot of health conditions. Like, I'll never hit the donut hole. I just don't have enough. Okay. In fact, I
Right.
don't even use a prescription. I have prescription plan, but I don't use it because there's a $450 deductible
Really?
that I got to take care of before they start giving me the cheaper price. So I can, from the beginning, go to Costco, get my stuff almost as cheap, and save the money on that deductible. But anyway, be that as it may, these are old people, okay, and they're on a fixed income, and all of a sudden you're throwing a donut hole at them.
Right. Right. Right.
Are you out of your mind? Do you not
That's
care
close.
about human beings in this country who have contributed to its well-being?
No,
Yeah.
they don't, and you know that.
They don't care about old people. They have no respect for old people in this country.
Old and in the way.
You've been to foreign countries, okay?
Yes.
In England, they take very good care of their old people.
Right.
They don't put them out to pasture. They
Right.
take care of them. As a matter of fact, I think there's a thing where you actually get a 2 weeks vacation in another country.
Really?
Yeah, if you're old, you can cash that in and go somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, they respect old people. In this country, we don't. No
No.
way.
No way.
And I guess I'm griping about it because I'm an old person, but I was griping about this when I was in my 30s, how we
Right.
treated old people in this country.
Right.
You
Sure.
know? And it always kind of bothered me. We should treat them a hell of a lot better than we do, and we don't.
Well, that's like in France, you see a lot of young people walking with their grandparents, which you don't see here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're respecting their elders.
When I was at the Olympics in where was it, in Switzerland? I'm trying to remember the town now because my mind is going. And
It's gone. It's not going.
well, I
it's
used to know
gone.
the town. It was well anyway. So I was there, and we were doing the show from the Olympics, and I got sick. I got strep throat.
Right.
So I went to their dispensary or whatever, and they said, "Well, we can't do anything about you here because you're an American, and this is for Swiss, okay? Because it was free, it was the Swiss plan." They said you have to go to a private doctor, and so they gave me a name of a private doctor, and I went to him, and it was interesting because this is a country with socialized medicine.
Right.
Where everybody in the country gets as much medicine as they need for free. If you're a citizen. If you're not a citizen, you got to go to the regular doctor.
Right.
And the regular doctor, it was the most pathetic office I've ever seen in my life. Magazines from 1945, wallpaper peeling off the walls.
Right.
And these doctors, they did business off of people that didn't come under the auspices of the healthcare system
Right.
So I learned what it was like to go to a non governmental health facility.
Right.
And it was pathetic. I mean, I went into the government one, and there was bright lights and clean walls and all of that. And then I go to this other doctor's office, and he looked like he was sitting around waiting for me to show up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did he treat you?
Oh yeah. God, gave me some antibiotics, took care of the strep throat.
Right. Strep throat is nasty.
It is nasty. Excuse me, I'm wiping my eyes because guess what we have going on here in New York today?
Would that be pollen?
Pollen, yeah. And the pollen makes me tired all the time too. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, Anyway, so my eyes are tearing like crazy today. But I'm in a room now with air conditioning, and hopefully it will work as an air filter, and I will be better.
Right.
But anyway,
I'm sure
so I mean, I just don't like the way we treat old people. I mean, I happen to be an old person now, so I especially don't like it, but I never did. You know, and I always thought it was, I remember talking about this in my 30s on the air after I came back from England, and I said, the way they treat old people over there is with a great deal of reverence, and thank you so much for, you know, being part of the society and paying into it and working as part of it. Now you're older, let us take care of you. That's really the attitude.
Right.
Okay, you took care of us, now let us take care of you.
Right.
And we don't have that kind of attitude here. You know?
No. Not at all.
We're terrible. We're terrible.
And people are living longer, which really pisses off the health system.
You know what I hate about certain people is they say, America's the best place on earth. And I go, have you ever been anywhere else?
Right.
You know, have you been to France? Have you been to England? Have you been to especially the Scandinavian countries? Right. You know, come on.
Right.
You know, you think we're wonderful? We're pieces of shit here.
Right.
You know, we don't take care of ourselves or each other. We don't care about each other. In those other countries, they have a large amount of socialism. But socialism is a way of saying we care about our citizens.
Right.
And we don't want them to be in a situation in which they can't cope, you know.
We're firmly entrenched in our capitalism.
Well, it's that, but it's not only that. I mean, we just have, okay, if you say what is the ultimate end game of socialism, you'd probably say, maybe something like communism. If you took it just to an extreme.
Right,
okay?
Right, sure.
And what if you took what we have to an extreme? Well, we already have that extreme now.
Yes, we do.
It is capitalism to the exclusion of public welfare and the public good.
I agree.
And I think the public good should be the first thing. That's why are you a government?
Well, ask Mitch that.
Yeah. Now, having been to other countries, you of course were in France, basically, right? Any other countries?
Switzerland.
Switzerland. Oh, a nice country.
Yes.
Nice neutral country.
Right.
You know.
And I spent a lot of time up in Canada.
Really? Okay.
Which most people don't consider a foreign country.
But it is.
It is.
Yeah. But the thing is with Switzerland, they always used to say, though, well, look, the only thing they ever created of any worth was the cuckoo clock.
Or the Swiss knife.
Bullshit. They also created neutrality. And they aren't entirely neutral. I mean, people go, oh, well, they don't have an army. Yes, they do.
Sure.
They do. In fact, every citizen, every male citizen of the country is pressed into service if they need him.
Right.
I think they all have a gun at home in case they have to go off marching off to war, but they never have.
Right.
You know, they tend to remain neutral in most cases because they feel that some country needs to be an arbiter.
Right, that's right. And also they're surrounded by mountains, so they have a pretty good defense base.
Yeah, but also, like for instance, today they're holding those meetings between Putin and Biden. Where is it being held? It's being held in Switzerland. Why? Because Switzerland is neutral territory.
That's right.
So it's very important that a country remain neutral, and there are very few.
I think they have 3 national languages in Switzerland.
Yes.
German, French, and Italian.
They border France, Italy, and Germany.
Right, that's what I said. German, French, and Italian.
And I had a doctor come visit me at the hotel because when I go to Europe, I get something, you know.
Right.
And in this case, I got dysentery.
Oh, nice.
So I called a doctor, and the doctor came in, and it was almost like he's Swiss, but he really didn't know what he was.
Right.
You know, gee, am I German? Am I Italian?
Am I French?
Am I French? Oh, I'll just say I'm Swiss.
There you go.
You know, but basically you're a mutt. You know.
Well, much like most Americans, we're all mutts.
Yes, we are all mutts. But anyway, so I mean, Switzerland is a wonderful place. I loved it. It's beautiful. I went. You ever go to Zermatt? I went to Zermatt. I stayed in Zermatt for a couple of days.
I stayed up in the mountains in a village.
Oh, really? Oh,
we had to walk down to the local store to get your milk. You bring a bucket, a galvanized bucket, and they fill it up with milk for you.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Zermatt is where the Matterhorn is.
Yeah.
And there's no cars allowed in Zermatt. There are some
really?
There are some electric vehicles for public utilities and things like that, but that's about it. And it's beautiful. It's just gorgeous. I mean, I wake up in the morning and there's the Matterhorn outside my window.
Oh, you can't beat that.
You know, I was either in Switzerland or Disney World. You know, I didn't know which. You know, but I mean, I love Switzerland. It's really nice.
I've never been to Disney World.
Oh, really?
I've been to Disneyland.
Well, it's the same thing, except it's a whole world. No, Disneyland, the Disneyland park is pretty much the same in Disney World as it is in Anaheim.
Right.
But the difference is you then have all these other worlds. You have the MGM studio, you have the studio, you have that thing and this thing. And you have Epcot, you know, which is all the countries of the world and so on. And it's pretty nice all the way around, but it's larger. It's just a larger configuration of basically the same thing, you know. But you have been to Disneyland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if I liked Disneyland or I just laughed at it. You know.
I didn't particularly care for it.
I felt it was. Can I say this? I felt it was racist. Did you ever take the It's a Small World ride?
Yes, I did.
And every time you turn a corner, there's a different country of the world. And when you get to Africa, it's guys going booga 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 booga. And then when you go to Japan, it's
right.
Now it's been years since I've been there, so I wonder if they've changed that.
I'm sure they have.
I mean, it just was a little out there. Okay.
Oh, and that ride. Couldn't get over quick enough. That damn song.
Oh, over and over. You remember Billy J? You remember
yeah.
Billy J. Billy J tells the time he went down to Disneyland or Disney World, one or the other, and took the ride, It's a Small World. And in the middle of it, it broke down. And he was stuck in one place. What happened is, every time you turn a corner, there's a different portion of the song that it plays.
Right.
Right? He was stuck in one portion with I would have got
out of the boat.
He was in there, he said, for an hour. He was ready to kill himself.
I would have got out of the boat and swam.
Yes. But you couldn't, because you get tackled by these dolls. I
think they should give you like 3 softballs and see how many dolls you can take out during the ride.
Well, I went there during January, which is their light month, and I went on the ride. And as we turned another section there, a bunch of the dolls from the Japan thing were playing cards. It was they had nothing to do but just play cards. Get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, they were bored. They were really bored. Yeah, but and it also, I mean, I think that that you see all these countries of the world, you know, this pavilion. It's not like traveling elsewhere.
Right.
If more Americans were forced to leave this country at least once in their life, they'd come back with a whole different appreciation of the rest of the world.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
I'll give you an example. I got a copy of Time magazine from the States
Mm-hmm.
and a copy of Time magazine in Paris,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like two different publications.
Right. Right. One was in French, admittedly, but you know.
No, it was in English.
Oh, it was in English. Oh, you mean the international edition?
Yes,
Different. Very different.
Right.
The reference points are different.
right.
Let me just tell you something quickly, and then we got to go. But when Ted Turner started CNN, he had a rule. He said, we never refer to other countries as them.
Really?
We refer to it, we take a world vision here in which everything's presented as part of the world, not them and us.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, hey, listen, we've run out of time. God,
Again.
it goes by fast with you. I
Yeah,
love
too fast.
I love this. It's really terrific.
What's this, conversation number 30?
Who knows? I'll let you know next time. I'll count them for you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's Steve Kravitz. Bye, Steve.
Bye, Alex.
See you
Bye,
later.
folks.
This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 7th year. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Ah, yes. Of course, Steve Kravitz, we always like to say how much we enjoy him, and I hope you enjoy him as well. I like him because he's smart and he's intelligent and, he's worth talking to. Yeah. So I hope you enjoy those little conversations we have with him. You know what I didn't do? Do you notice it's moody in here? That's because I didn't turn the lights on. I always forget something. Okay, anyway, we got people waiting in our waiting room to come on here, so I suppose I should do it. I guess. Okay, let me just let all these people in, and I'm trying to admit them all. Here we go. There we go. And it's okay. We got, and then I gotta do view, and then I gotta do gallery. Okay, and then I gotta go like that, and there they are. Folks, hello, Matt. How are you? Good to see you again.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Where are you again, Matt? Where are you calling from?
I am in San Antonio, and this is my last night in Texas.
Oh, yes, you said you said you were leaving Texas.
Yeah, I'm in the living hell of packing up and all that stuff.
Well, Charlie, you going to join him?
I wish I could.
Let's go, man.
Wish I could.
Do you have any regrets moving back to Texas, Charlie?
No, not really. Arizona wasn't any better politically than Texas.
I guess not. I guess if you want, come live in New York. Oh God.
Too expensive.
Yeah, I know it's too expensive, but at least it's liberal.
Yeah.
So when do you leave? Tomorrow, Matt?
Yeah, I fly out tomorrow. I'm going to California first, stay at my parents for a couple weeks, and then go to
Where at?
Yeah.
Where at?
They live in San Ramon.
And then you're going to go where to live?
Seattle.
Seattle. That's a good town. That's a nice.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Where do your parents live?
They're in San Ramon.
Oh, San Ramon. I'm in Fremont.
Yeah.
That's close.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, right down the street.
Yeah.
Right down the freeway.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good. That's terrific.
Yep.
And hello to Al and Alan, Dr. Al. He calls himself now. Let's see here. We can see that. Yeah, there we go. Hey, Dr. Al. All right. He's not a doctor, so don't listen to any medical advice from him, okay? Because he's wrong most of the time. And, of
According to
course,
Alex.
the lovely and attractive Jeff is with us as well. And hopefully we'll be joined by other people as well. Remember last night I took this stuff and I scrunched it in my hand and then I put it in all scrunched? See what happens when it just sits there?
Wow.
It just gets all flat. Yeah. And then I can pull it out and I can start playing with it again. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Squeezing it. Yeah.
You got the yellow. I've got this color. Although this color is close enough to green that it's kind of you can kind of You know, it's kind of like a green screen.
But you only have the 2 ounce. I got the 3 ounce.
Oh well. Oh geez.
Fits
Oh
my
God.
hand. It fits my hand bigger.
What are you
know?
trying to say? That you're better than I am?
No, mine's bigger than
That looks
yours.
like a used condom.
Oh, well, okay.
But in your case, I'm sure you don't have any used condoms. Anyway,
Probably not.
probably not. Boy,
I love how people that know very little about the medical community, like the Republicans,
yeah.
always think that everybody else is wrong. And it kind of surprises me that Alex
Mm-hmm.
doesn't understand that Alan has a degree in biology. And I would love to send you something. I just got something from the Mayo Clinic, an hour-long thing about COVID and the variances and stuff like that done by a doctor. And I will bet you don't understand.
I bet you
90%.
I don't get through the first 5 minutes of it.
You wouldn't understand. It's got a lot of graphs, and you need to be smart like me. There you
I
go.
see. Well,
I'm not a practicing doctor. I mean, I was never a doctor.
no.
Except for when I was a little kid with my girlfriend. You know, I think we were 6 and we played doctor.
Yeah, you played doctor. Yeah, but anyway, I'm squeezing this on my hand tonight. What the hell? I feel like what's his name in King Mutiny Court Martial. You know. with
You know,
mar-
something you were talking to
marbles.
Stephen Kravitz about
Mhm.
that is very true. How we treat older people in this country.
Oh, it's terrible.
It is.
It's just terrible. And
It
I'm
is.
not saying that because I'm older, okay? I'm not suddenly jumping on that bandwagon because I'm older, because I was always griping about this 30 years ago when I was on the air, and about how we treat old people in our country.
Yep.
We treat them like crap.
Yep.
Either that, or if you're going to be nice to them, we have to pay them to be nice to us, like Tony. Tony's a professional old person sympathizer.
How much coffee did you have, Tony? Who's that?
Tony's mother died and he lost his job. How's that?
You know, I still can't get over that. Really, they didn't put they didn't etch her name yet in the stone, Alex.
They didn't etch your name yet in the stone?
I paid them in full, but they said because of COVID, it is so bad.
Well, you know, you have to get one that isn't already there.
No, no, that they actually it's there. They got to add her name to it, really. But they said because of COVID, they're so backed up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they'll get around to it.
Yeah,
You know.
that's what I figured. I was
Why
hoping.
don't you just go get one of those label makers and put her name and stick it on the
Yeah,
headstone?
that's a cheap way of doing it. How much? Let me just ask you, for the fun of it here, how much are they going to charge you to
Oh, you can tell.
to
They
add
cost almost
your
$1,000.
your father's name is already there,
My
right?
dad's name is there. Yeah,
Yeah, and so what you got to do is just add your mother's name.
I think it was like $850. I'd have to ask my brother. He has to go.
Really?
We paid the other half off.
Really? How long is
Yeah.
that going to take them to do?
You know, the lady told me they can't. I would say maybe a day, Alex, if you're lucky. Because how long would it take? Because I was figuring when I was in the cemetery, I actually saw them going because I was walking around when we put flowers down.
Mm-hmm.
I saw them you couldn't go near them, but they were working on somebody's stone, and I was like, wow. So I can't see it taking that long really. I would guess a couple hours. I mean, I could ask you.
I would guess a couple hours.
Yeah.
You know what it is when people die. I haven't even put a tombstone on my mother's grave yet. Terrible me. Okay.
can't believe
Then I
it.
found out, was it you, Charlie, who told me that you hadn't put a tombstone? Somebody told me on this show that they hadn't put a tombstone on their mother's grave either. So I don't feel so bad.
Speaking of not taking care of the elderly,
Well,
Or
she's
the
not
dead.
elderly. She's dead,
Oh,
Alan. But the
Right,
thing
right,
is,
right, right.
what they do is they've got you in this situation in which you're bereaved and you want to do the best by the loved one. So they overcharge you for the grave, and they overcharge you for the tombstone, and they overcharge you for overcharge you for everything because they've got you by the gonads.
Yeah.
You know, and that's wrong. It's terrible. So It does bother me. It shouldn't cost him, it should cost him $50, something
Go
like
get a
that.
stencil kit and a can of spray paint.
Go buy a chisel and do it.
50 or 900. I have the bill downstairs because we paid it in
Yeah.
2 installments. They wanted half, and then we paid the other half of like a.
Well, you can probably have your wife take care of it here. She's,
Oh,
your wife.
Tony?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's his mother.
we put Alex's picture in the dining room.
They're backed up on chiseling names in. You know what? Not only the stone is getting chiseled, but you are as well.
Exactly.
Think about
Yeah,
that.
really.
Yeah.
It's
And then
really
medically,
weird.
he'll be fine. I mean, fuck, half my family. Rubber gloves. Anytime you have surgery, it's a Halstead clamp. Baby, you are going to be just fine.
Yeah. Her what is a great uncle or grandfather or something?
Yep, William Stewart Halstead.
Invented the rubber gloves.
Well, he telegraphed the Goodyear company because his assistant surgeon,
Yeah.
when she would dip her hands in the carbolic acid, it would irritate her.
Oh.
He ended up marrying her, so he telegraphed the Goodyear company, asked if they could make a pair of rubber gloves, tip to elbow, but not so thick that they lose tactile function.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent him 2 pair, and the rest is history.
What turned him on about your his wife to be? The fact that she dipped her hands in carbolic acid?
I don't know. I mean, she probably fell in love with him because he cared about her.
He knew a lot
And
about rubber.
She said, "I see a lot of money in those rubber gloves."
Absolutely.
Well, she came from a wealthy family too, so.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. But and then he also
Carolyn Hampton. Hamptons? Hampton.
had yeah.
I heard the person that developed the rubber gloves, this may or may not be true, I don't know, also developed 3 or 4 other useful items, including true rubber condoms, which are, I understand, not very comfortable. And that's
Well,
why the
her what is it? Your great uncle? What
Yeah,
was he?
he's my great uncle.
Yeah, great uncle invented the rubber gloves for surgery.
That's neat.
He
Yeah.
telegraphed the Goodyear company and he introduced them into surgery. Anytime you have surgery, I guarantee you it's a Halstead clamp that's clamping you.
He also invented doing this with your hands.
Right.
That's how they
What?
put the
Yeah,
gloves
yeah,
on.
that's
Wash
cool.
your hands.
Get the joke? That's how they put the gloves on. Okay. Thought I'd just be funny there for a
You know,
second.
you were talking about socialized medicine. Man, go to Mexico, socialized medicine is all bad.
Oh, well, of course. But all medicine is bad down there.
Apparently Canada too, because I have Canadian friends that come to America.
Oh, no. I've heard from
Oh,
people.
yeah, they do.
I've heard from people in Canada. Where's Trucker Steve? I saw he was trying to get on tonight,
Yeah.
and he didn't.
Canadians live 3 years longer than Americans on average, so there's no way their medical system is worse than ours. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Apparently to them it's comparable.
Well, no, I don't know what.
Not to everybody, but I've had some friends that are like, oh, hell
I've
no.
talked to other people from Canada who
Yeah.
say it is just the best.
Well, I think it depends on what type of medicine. So I have a friend of mine that was Canadian 20 years ago
Mhm.
and had a suspected brain tumor and had a 2-year wait to get an MRI. So he went over to Seattle, got the MRI, took the results back to his doctor, and they did the surgery and saved his life. So I don't think with socialized medicine, they tend not to invest heavily in really expensive equipment.
No, that's not true.
Republican propaganda.
That is
not
absolutely
true. If there's
it-
anything life-threatening, there is no wait in Canada.
Really?
I've heard from people in Canada that I've known who said they did not have to wait for a procedure. The only kind of procedures that you have to wait for are elective procedures.
Elective. Yeah.
They put the non-elective procedures, the life-threatening operations and so on, the ones that will save your life, right to the front of the line.
That's why they live longer than us, because they don't have to worry about, oh, I might go bankrupt, so I'm not going to
Yeah,
the
but,
doctor
you know,
yet.
if-
And by the time you do, you're terminal.
So I got a message from one of our listeners, Phil Meyer. He says Canadian.
Oh yeah, Phil Meyer. I'm going to listen to him.
I'm gonna believe
Oh
Phil
yeah,
Meyer. Phil
right.
Meyer doesn't know shit
Dr.
about
Phil.
medicine in Canada.
He's making a joke here. He says Canadians have to wait in line to die. That's why they live 3 years longer.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's kind of funny.
that is funny.
Okay.
I'll have to admit that's funny, Phil.
He is funny.
I'm
I actually
laughing.
find him funny. I don't know why.
Yeah.
He is funny, Alex, when he's with you.
What?
I actually find Phil very funny. I
Don't
don't know, like when I listen
encourage
to the
him.
show,
Don't encourage him.
I tell that to Kathleen. He is funny, though. I don't know
He is
why.
funny.
He is
And
funny.
he's actually a really nice
like
guy.
you two together are funny. I can't see you be like in my head. Like remember you told the story that he stayed at your apartment. I could see you coming home. I was telling Kathleen and Phil on the couch is like, "Don't you leave?" Did you ever yell at him? Like what is he doing here?
Oh, by the way, you know I'm doing an interview tomorrow with for the show for tomorrow night. Bobby Slayton. So
Oh, he's
Oh,
funny,
okay.
right?
yeah.
He was dead.
Huh? What?
I
That's
thought
good.
somebody said he was dead.
No,
Oh, God.
Somebody wished he was dead. Is that what?
That was on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
He does a Skechers commercial for Skechers.
He
shorts.
does
Skechers?
Skechers radio commercials. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does them. And he's in the latest Woody Allen movie too. So he don't blink, but
Woody
he's in the
Allen's
latest
still alive?
Woody Allen movie. What?
Woody Allen is still alive.
Oh,
yes, he's still alive.
yes, there are a lot of people who are still alive. I'm still alive.
Yeah, could have fooled me. It must be because you're from Canada or so close to Canada. I don't know.
Okay.
I went and took my walk today, and I was lightheaded throughout the entire walk. I don't know what it was. I think part of it has to do with. Well, I think there's pollen out there, and it really affects me. You know, my eyes, and so the eyes kind of get blurry, and then it get anyway. Why am I complaining?
I know you won't believe me, but it sounds like you have allergies, Alex.
But he
Could
does,
be.
yeah.
Could be. I know I do. You know, in fact, I turn on the air conditioning in here now just to kind of
Yeah, I do that.
purify the air, so I don't
Yeah.
I don't get the allergies as badly while I'm doing the show.
Alex, during the summer, you know what I do? I don't even open the windows that much in my house.
You know,
'cause
I try to tell my wife.
I
She
keep it
goes.
closed.
She goes. It's a beautiful day out there. We have to open the windows and let fresh air in. And I go.
No, I never did that.
You know, I
Nothing
said, do you wonder why your eyes are burning? Do
My
you
mother used to
wonder
tell me.
why you're sneezing? You wonder why allergies are getting to you? Because you're leaving the window open.
Yeah, my eyes can get really bad. I
Yeah,
usually
sure
I
does.
leave it closed.
And then we went out. I went out and bought an air purifier, right?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't do much good if you leave the window
No,
open.
instead of
Nope.
that's why I put the air in very.
You know, what you
No,
want to
that's
do is
funny.
close the window,
Why don't
close
you
the
put
door.
it
in
outside the window and see if it works?
Yeah, right. I wonder, maybe somebody can answer this for me. Does anybody here have a humidifier?
My mother used to. It might be in her closet.
Do you have a
Pull it out.
humidifier? And does anybody here have a dehumidifier? Because my
Will you
question
turn these at the
is,
same time?
what happens if you put both of them in the same room?
So I'll give
And
you.
sucks
Yeah,
off of
humidifier.
the other.
I mean, do you create this nexus and then this black hole is created?
So this is
You
nothing.
get a tornado.
This is something you'll be able to understand, Alex. An air conditioner takes the moisture out of the air. Would you agree on that?
Yes, it does. Well,
Good.
no, it does if you set it to.
No, you don't need to set it to.
No,
just
you
the
can-
I
moisture.
don't
You
have
have-
any setting.
You have
So there's moisture. I don't know if your air conditioner is central or through the window or what, but air conditioners, you see condensation leaving the air conditioner, right?
Mhm, yeah.
That's because the condensation in the air goes across the coils.
Well, I think you with an air conditioner,
let's just
basically it blows out cold air.
just for sake, let's say that it makes the air drier. I don't care what setting you have it on. And so a humidifier would put humidity back in the air, right?
Yeah.
A humidifier puts it literally
That's right.
takes
And so
liquid.
you really have a dehumidifier when you run the air conditioner.
No, but you're adding yes, but the reason why you should have a humidifier is it's better for your skin and for your breathing and things like that.
I have
And
several of them.
And a dehumidifier takes all the humidity out of the room. Now, just because you have a humidifier doesn't mean you're adding a lot of humidity. You're just adding a trace of. Charlie has his hand up, and Charlie is always, because he is schooled in the science and so on.
Yeah, because the way it works is that cold air can hold less water than hot air. So if you've got hot air that you cool down, the water is going to condense out of the air, and then when that air gets blown back in the apartment and it gradually warms up, the water's gone already. So now your air in the house is drier, and that's why you have to have a humidifier too.
Yeah, see?
He just explained what an air conditioner does.
Matt, did you pack up your humidifier and your dehumidifier?
In Texas, we have plenty of humidity.
We don't have to worry about
Oh God, yes. I remember living in Texas and not being able to keep a crease in my pants for the entire time I lived there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
it's more the flooding that I don't like than the humidity. But the flooding is terrible.
Well,
especially in Houston.
If you really had your dehumidifiers working, there wouldn't be flooding.
Yeah.
Just a random theory I have here, you know. But anyway, so listen, today, did you see Biden in Geneva?
Yes.
What happened? Tony, Fofofine, Banana Fana Fofi. Tony, there was a little gathering, a meeting in Geneva between our president. You know who our president is, don't you?
Yeah, his speeches are getting
Chuck Biden. He met with Vladimir Putin today in Geneva. Yeah. And it sounded to me like nothing happened. Is what it sounds like. How'd you take it, Charlie? What was your feeling?
Well, I haven't watched the news today. I just before I came on, I saw a blurb about Putin commenting on that, and he said he talked about their families and stuff. So it sounded like he didn't really discuss anything.
Didn't get anything done.
Yeah. Did you check in on any of that, Jeff?
Yeah, I did, and I don't think they accomplished anything.
Well, maybe it was like a meet and greet.
Yeah.
I think they both agree Trump was an idiot.
No.
No.
Well, I think that deep down, Putin believes that Trump's an idiot, but he was Putin's idiot.
Yeah.
See, so therefore he was valuable.
Absolutely. And now that he's no longer president, time to kick the trash out.
Do you guys feel that maybe Biden is being a little too acerbic with Putin? I mean, calling him a killer, I think, is no way to open a meeting.
He said that?
No, he didn't say it to Putin.
No, he didn't say it to his face.
To the news.
He said it to the news media, I guess that you have to kind of expect that might get back to Putin.
Yeah, but they asked him, "Do you think Putin's a killer?" And he had to tell the truth, so he said yes.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't have to be that honest.
I mean, honest. Is there anybody here that doesn't think Putin has killed his political rivals?
Trump.
Well, I think he just got cranky.
Yeah, right.
I think he just got cranky, and everybody does now and then.
Oh God. Who's cranky?
Putin.
The head of the KGB got cranky.
Well, you don't want the head of the KGB to get cranky.
Yeah.
That's his permanent job.
Yeah.
Be cranky.
Be cranky.
And he's not even Jewish.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I think it was just kind of like an opening. What it was a meeting for them to have so they could lay some not ground rules, but set the landscape for future meetings between lower people doing these things. And then maybe they'll come together and agree or disagree on the things they've agreed or disagreed on. But
I just like the fact that we had a president there that didn't look all hangdog because of Putin.
yeah,
Mm.
you know what bothered
Horrible
me?
thing to
What
say
bothered
about
me, I watched Fox because I wanted to see how they were going to parse the whole thing, right? Because if I go watch MSNBC, I know what they're going to say. Oh, Biden really read the Riot Act and so on and so forth. And they're taking the position that Biden looked tired and old. Now, that bothers me because they're being ageist. They're simply reading into his a certain kind of. He's always kind of been that way, because he always had a stutter. And so he's always kind of been that way. And I don't know, I just found it, off-putting. But then again, Fox off-putting? Come on. But they
That's
spent the
their
whole
stuff.
time just, well, he didn't get anything accomplished. And he did do something strange. They mentioned it. He told him, here are the things you can't hack. And then he gave him a list of things you can't hack. Hospitals, electric companies, this thing, that thing, blah, 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 blah. And quite frankly, I think it's stupid to give them a list of things you can't hack. Just say, don't hack anything. I mean, maybe he didn't say, don't hack Alex Bennett's raid,
I guess what I find funny about this, it's not funny, but I don't know, saying we hack them too. Our government, the CIA, goes into their stuff to get information on them and stuff like that. And sometimes
do we hold it for ransom?
Well, I don't know. Probably not.
No, probably not. We don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
No
waiting to
matter
see
what we say, Putin and his folks are gonna always hack. Just like communist China, just like North Korea.
Yep. Totally agree.
Yeah, and I think we should be hacking back. I do think we should be hacking back.
We are hacking back.
No, we're not
Yeah,
hacking.
I'm sure we are.
Apparently not that well.
It's part of
How do you know?
intelligence gathering. Yeah, how do you know?
Because I tried to hack
Haven't
the
been
Soviet
shutting
Union
down.
just the other day and did a lousy job of it. Okay. But
If my brother can hack Facebook and, especially the jackasses that have it on their phones, especially Apple, and he can go, hey, Kath, watch this. And next thing you know, we're listening to people's conversations. I mean, what do you think we can do?
Oh, I want to meet your brother.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
my brother. I go, do any of your friends fear you? And he goes, fuck, I don't know why.
is this the guy that works for the movie company?
No, this is my big brother. I
Your
don't
big
think you ever
brother.
met him.
No, because
Yeah.
your other brother works over at ILM, and
Yeah.
he's a big computer guy too.
Yeah, but he's not in the game. My older brother and I were like the black sheep of the family for a while, but my older brother, holy shit. Some of the
Wow.
stuff he can do.
Boy, I wish I knew some people who could do some real good hacking. I would love to get even with all these people who do the robocalls.
Contact some. Go find a 14-year-old on the street. They're good at
I
it.
mean, if Russia wants to hack somebody, go after the robocall people and hold them for ransomware.
And the extended car warranty people.
Oh, that's
right.
part of
Yeah.
it. Why is
I mean,
it?
the software that my brother's installed on my computer, if anybody hacks it, what it does is the cat follows the mouse back to the den and blows up the motherboard, and then they get a new computer and it blows up the motherboard, and it just keeps going. What they don't realize is it's attached to their ISP, so they're going to have to move if they don't want their motherboards how many ever blown to shit.
Or go to AT&T.
How do
Change
I hire your brother?
Yeah.
You got to get in line.
Yeah. It says Putin takes a percentage of cut from the hacking mobs. No, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. Do you know what $5 million is to Putin?
Nothing.
Fuck you money.
That's right.
Do you know how much he's
Yeah,
worth?
that's nothing.
He
yeah.
may be worth close to $200 billion.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Hey,
Wow.
but you know, a couple more quarters can't be bad.
Couple more what?
Quarters can't be bad.
Couple
Come on.
more quarters, okay. If you say we need a couple of quarters, that's okay with
Yep.
me. Yeah, yeah. But I just felt what was going on today was just nothing much. But you know what I love though? I was watching MSNBC and then CNN and then what do you call it? Fox. And it was kind of all of them were sitting there while the meeting was going on inside, just talking it up, just kind of ginning it up and keeping it going and talking about what might be going on in there, not going on in there. And all I thought of were a bunch of kids who were told by the adults to stay in the car. You know, is that how it felt to you? It was like, yeah, well, we can't go inside, so we're going to sit out here and figure out what might be going on in there because Mom and Dad won't let us join them for the party, you know. But
They're talking adult stuff.
Yeah, they're talking adult stuff, right? So you didn't know this was going on, Tony?
No, actually.
Yeah, you're spending too much time with those comic books.
Yeah, I was
And coffee.
Hmm?
Send us
I'm
your
watching it
address.
for
We'll send
him.
you samples of coffee.
I mean, Putin basically called us enemies.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of are to him.
Well, yeah.
To him. He said something interesting. You know, this guy in Navalny, what's his name? Navalny.
Yeah.
I loved hearing his take on it because his take was that Navalny wanted to be arrested. Because and it makes sense. I mean that he might want to be arrested because that then makes him a cause celeb, right? So that's his take on it. He said he only got what he wanted, you know.
But he didn't do anything. What did
Thank
he do?
you,
to be
Charlie.
elected?
Thank
No,
you.
I agree with you on that, but I'm saying that once he became a cause celeb, he could look. He didn't have to go back to Russia. He could have stayed in London or wherever he was, where he got better, and never gone back. But he went back, knowing full well he was going to get arrested. I mean, come on, you know, what? Putin's not going to do something about you? Come on. So when he says he wanted to get arrested, I think he did. Okay.
Well, it's like Martin Luther King. He wanted to get arrested when he was doing
Well,
all his work.
there's another good example of it.
But I don't think we're going to torture Martin Luther King when he was arrested.
I agree, but I'm just saying that wanting to get arrested is to bring light on the fact that you're being abused, you're being
Yep.
your
Oppressed.
rights are being abridged.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, but here's the other thing he brought up, which I thought was kind of interesting. First of all, there's something very interesting about Putin. He seems to know a lot about the United States and about the way our politics are. He knows about the Senate. He knows about the Congress. He knows the relationships of them to each other. I've heard him talk about this before.
Yeah.
He's very knowledgeable, more knowledgeable about us than we probably are about him.
He would make a good. He would make a good leader of the CIA.
Exactly.
But
But anyway,
KGB,
He's
what do
very
you think
smart.
that is?
But anyway, his whole take on January 6th. Did you hear his take on it?
Oh, what bullshit!
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I know that you shouldn't arrest people who are protesting your government. Wait a minute, where's Navalny now, or Navalny, or whatever his name
Yeah.
is? He seems
Navalny never smashed any windows to
exactly.
hang any of the leaders.
He
of
tried to
Russia.
say this was a protest against our government. No,
All
it
the-
wasn't.
all the people in Russia that did something like that to Russia, to Parliament, or whatever they're
Would be
called,
dead right now.
Would be
They're
dead.
dead.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
just
We wouldn't
like in
have to
China,
arrest
same thing. Just
Yeah.
like Iran and North Korea, their people wouldn't
Yep.
touch that with a 10-foot pole.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So.
Same with Pakistan, same with Egypt. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, hey John, got your what is that? Is that the guitar? Oh, it's
Wow, mandolin.
a mandolin.
Mandolin, yes.
Have you learned to play any of these instruments?
No, that's what I told you. I'm a hoarder of musical instruments.
Yeah, I mean, you look like you just go, hey, don't I look cool with this mandolin?
Get down home.
Hey, this is one of the hardest instruments in the world to fucking learn to play.
Well, I think maybe you should start with the ukulele and work your way up, you know?
Watch Deliverance.
Huh?
He looks like
Watch
Burl Ives.
Deliverance.
Yeah, he looks like, you ever see Miracle
Burl
on 34th
Ives.
Street? Yeah. And I have the Miracle on 34th Street with Natalie Wood. He looks like Santa Claus a little bit, like the actor. I don't know who plays him, though. I have to look that up. Because he's got the face.
Somebody said you look.
Well, you know who looks like Santa Claus is Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he looks like the actor from the Natalie Wood movie, Miracle on 34th Street. I always think of that.
And he looks like
Monty
Burl
Willie,
Ives.
yeah.
Yeah, every time I see him,
No,
I always think of that actor.
That was Edmund Gwenn. It was Edmund Gwenn.
Was that Edmund Gwenn? That was another
Yeah.
movie that Monty Willie played the Santa in.
No, I don't
that
think
was some silver and gold.
No, he didn't. Monty Woolley, I don't think ever played Santa.
Uh-oh.
Boxcar Willie.
He played the man who came to dinner, you know, but he never. How do I know these things,
Well,
folks?
you hear
You know
about
more
one of
about
our-
that than I do.
Yeah,
One of
but
our great actors of the 70s just passed away. One of the great character actors.
Ned Beatty.
No, Gavin McLeod.
Oh, that
well,
was
yeah,
wild.
that was a couple of weeks
But
ago.
that was a couple of weeks. That was several weeks ago,
Just
wasn't it?
kidding.
Yeah.
I was-
Last
Yeah,
night,
like
by the
Gavin
way,
McLeod.
last night, by the way, Jack Bishop had some information which he didn't really get right. Betty White did do her first television show in
1939.
1939. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What he said.
But it was just an appearance singing on an experiment of the TV system. She did not appear in a regular television show till about 15 years later. Okay? So his attitude that, he was on the first TV show ever, blah, blah, blah. No. There was an experimental show. They needed some people to come in and perform. She and some girlfriends came in and sang. And she was only like 5 years old at the time or something like that, you know. But the impression was given that she had started, literally started then. No, she didn't really get into TV until she did a show out of L.A. with a guy by the name of Al Jarvis, and it was on for 5 hours a day. Yeah, well, I mean, it was, they had a lot of free time on television in those days, right? And so she did the Al Jarvis show and learned everything she needed to learn about TV from Al Jarvis. So that was how that was.
There it is. And I actually have the black and white version on this and the color.
Put it up closer.
That's Edmund Gwenn. Here,
That's
right?
Edmund Gwenn, yes.
He
Okay.
looks like him, doesn't it?
No.
When I first saw it, I always really thought of
Way
that
out
actor.
here. My beard's really trimmed.
Yeah, he doesn't look like Santa.
No.
But if you want him to, he will.
Burl Ives, though. He looks like.
Wow, he
Burl
was also
Ives,
supporting
totally.
actor, Alex. in
Wait
this
a minute,
movie.
hold on a second. I want to ask this guy something. So do you have a note from your doctor, Brian, that says you can come late to the show?
Yes.
I know what it is out there.
I can't show you.
Look
but,
at it. It's sunny.
yeah.
It's beautiful out there. You should be out there rather than talking
It's
to
hot out there.
doing this piece of shit.
No, actually, it's not hot. It's really nice and cool down right now.
It's hot in Texas now.
Well, of course, Texas. This is, oh man, there you go, a little bit.
Yeah, well, that's beautiful. It's
Beautiful
beautiful.
area.
It's lovely. I took a very nice walk. It was it was nice walking weather today, actually.
Good.
Not humid, And right now it's not humid at all in New York. But we're supposed to get hotter next week, I think. So.
Yeah, we're hot. Today and tomorrow, next day is like 100 degrees around here. So,
Yeah. We love talking about the weather here. Oh, here comes Irv Jackson, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
mention his name
well,
and he's got
he's
to
gonna be mad.
Jack Bishop Hello, Jack. Oh, I mean, he's got to connect his audio. The only person who knows less about computers than Jeff is Jack. So, hello, Jack. Can you hear us? Jack? Can you hear us?
Nod yes if you can, no if you can't.
100 degrees around here. So
He's connecting his audio. There he is. Now we can hear him. Can you hear us?
Who's us?
Oh, okay. There. He could hear us. By the way, did you get my message I left you on your thing last night?
You mean the one about Jack Benny's daughter dying?
Yeah, she died over the weekend. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I didn't get it from you. I think it was Mike that mentioned that last
Michael
night.
Allen, yeah.
Mike did.
But I wanted to correct your correction. What I said about Betty White was that in 1939, she was doing experimental TV, but it was only after World War II that she did the 5-hour show out of LA.
Yes. Okay.
It's not like I ran them together and.
Well, usually your information's all wrong anyway.
Well, that's
so.
true, but then again, you were there running the camera for that experimental.
No, and Shecky had told me that I actually had met Jack Benny's daughter, and he's right. We went out to something out in New Jersey that Shecky went to, and she was there, and I got to meet her way back when. But that's not like me, huh?
Didn't you write the joke? I'm thinking it over. I'm thinking it over.
The line is, I'm thinking it over.
Yeah.
That's funny.
When
Jack,
Jack,
the money of your life, right?
Somebody once told me that when Marconi was testing wireless, you were the kid under the table turning the crank to create electricity, and you said, "Mr. Marconi, if I were you, I wouldn't call it wireless because of all of these wires. I'd call it radio."
you notice that nobody's laughing at that. You know why? Because you're making fun of the old guy.
Yeah.
And you're talking about how old is he? So old that he must have been with Marconi when Marconi was inventing radio.
You weren't?
That's good.
Listen,
Hey, you
it's
know
it's not like you're a spring chicken.
Because I'm so much not like a spring chicken. Even my spring uses a crutch.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm getting older.
Well, look at it this way.
Mm-hmm.
You and Charlie Watts are the same age. The drummer for the Stones.
Mm-hmm.
You're about the same age.
Yeah.
Mick is older than I am. Keith is dead, but his brain has been so his body doesn't know it.
Yeah, but I've never measured my life by the Rolling Stones.
The only one who's gone was it Brian Jones, right?
Brian Jones. Yeah.
I thought he was murdered.
Well,
he drowned in a pool.
Was he did? I thought it might have been foul play. I thought.
But now you realize here that, and this is something I've had to point out to Jack on several occasions, that we're talking about kids, the Rolling Stones, and in most cases, you ask an average kid in his 20s about the Rolling Stones, and they go, "Who are they?"
Yeah.
I mean, you may not believe that. But that's the way, time passes.
I've got a buddy who's got a 48-year-old son. And he calls the Stones and the Beatles and many of the groups that you and I loved, calls that geezer rock.
I agree with him. It is. Do you know, what do you think I listen, when I'm walking around every day, I put on my earphones, my wireless earphones, and I put on my iPhone. And I listen to music. What do you think I listen to?
Haven't got the foggiest.
Big band. Big band.
50s music.
Go back further.
You listen to Big Band?
I listen to a lot of stuff that happened before I was even born. I listen to Duke Ellington from the Cotton Club.
Well, same here.
Stuff like that.
I like Charlie Parker, Miles Davis.
Yep.
All that old.
Yep. But they were almost, of course, nothing but Sinatra all the time on my except not late Sinatra, not as he got older because he got terrible, but early on, terrific stuff, But I especially like Cab Calloway, Duke Ellington, Count Basie, that stuff. That's my listening stuff. I don't really care that much about listening to the Rolling Stones or the Beatles. I had all I had to have of them when I was growing up, and I listened to them and I liked them, but then I got over them, and
I can't tell the difference between rap. It all sounds the same to me.
Oh, I understand rap. I like some rap.
Now wait a minute. Listen, this is the black guy talking. Charlie, verify this for me. He is a black guy.
I am too.
Only on the outside.
No. What's my real name? What's my real name? Schwarzman. And what is that in German?
Black man.
Okay, so shut the fuck up.
You got that going.
So Charlie, my girlfriend sees you with your shirts all the time, and she got me a new shirt. I figured everybody on the show would understand that.
And we understand your girlfriend's funnier than you.
No, probably.
Paddle faster, I hear banjos. Great. Yeah.
Give me your shirt size, Alex. We'll send you one.
No, that's okay. I mean, now that I've seen it, I don't want to have something somebody else has got. Send me something that I don't know about.
You have to be a certain age to understand that joke, though.
By the way,
I figured everybody on the show would understand it.
Yeah.
Maybe not Matt. Matt's pretty young.
Oh no, I get it. I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
okay.
Alan and Phil send me gifts. And like I got this stuff from Phil, right? What did you send me? You sent me something a while back, Alan, didn't you?
Oh, well, I sent you a Biden-Harris hat.
Yeah.
I sent you some monkey powder, monkey butt powder.
Monkey butt powder. The dude wipes?
Dude wipes I sent you.
You sent me the dude wipes?
See, I take care of the elderly. I send them gifts.
But I need something to help with my hypogonadism.
I try an allergy pill.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yes, the man with his pinky up in the air. Yeah.
If you want to send Alex a T-shirt that is so in that only his radio buddies will get it, send him a T-shirt that says, "I knew Bill Drake when he got chased to Fresno."
I just, if you're gonna pull a joke, pull something that everybody here would understand.
I said that only your radio friends would get.
I don't have any radio friends.
You don't talk to anybody.
No,
in business.
no, I don't.
Fuck you.
Only there's only one guy in the business that I talk to this day, and that's because he has me do his show on across the country whenever he goes on vacation, and that's my friend Walter Sabo.
Well, you don't consider me a friend from?
Not at all. No.
On that note,
Zach, we found out we're not friends either with him.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So we.
Wait a minute. When did you find that out, Brian?
You said that a while back.
No, what I said was, friends are people. I don't say everybody's my friend. People always say, "Oh, I know so and so. He's my friend." No, I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, I met and interviewed Jimmy Carter. That doesn't make him my friend, right? So I interviewed Jerry Seinfeld. I don't consider him my friend, but some people will go, "Oh, my friend Jerry Seinfeld." That's ridiculous. A friend is somebody who you can count on, who counts on you, and that you have this ongoing, relationship with. And so I don't consider a lot of people my friend. I think I only have really one. I have a couple of friends, I guess.
Close friends.
Yeah, but I mean people that I would call friends, associates, people that are acquaintances, people I like, people I enjoy having around. Fine. But when I say friend, that's something that's a very personal term to me.
I think it's much more intimate than most people.
Well, we cheapen those things. You know, we cheapen the word friend.
So you talk about intimate. Is my hand my friend? Absolutely.
Yes. We might add your only friend.
Maybe so.
You know, but
the world according to Alex.
You know, I consider Schmoody my friend because I've known her for so long, and you know, we did have a very close personal relationship. You know, and so you know, I mean, I consider her a friend.
Is she here tonight on the panel? Because I don't see her.
Yeah, she's right there.
Right there.
She's the one that's with the red face.
Sorry we couldn't get you on my show Friday night, but you're always welcome.
Maybe she doesn't want to go on your show. Maybe she just comes here.
She missed her chance. You know, she had a chance to break up the sausage party one night that I have.
Yeah.
And c'est la vie.
Yeah.
Speaking about that, I got to c'est la vie my ass on out of here.
Really? Oh, that's too bad, because I've so enjoyed this. I enjoy our special time together between friends.
Well, in that case, here's your bottle of Jergens hand lotion back.
But it's empty.
Well, I don't need your Jergens hand lotion.
Oh, it's yours.
Because I have Brian's hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
They still have a half a bottle of this left.
Good. I'll send you some next pandemic.
Next pandemic, I get more?
Yeah.
Okay. You sent me that, and you sent me one of your. These are the things that he.
Yeah. We have a little stash here for you. Adrian made some stuff for you. I gotta send it.
Really?
Maybe
you know what I've got up on the door here? You haven't seen it, but the pictures you sent me that she drew. And they're on the door to the studio here.
Nice.
If you ever came here, you would
send
see it.
some more.
Yeah,
we'll send more this week.
Yeah, she's actually very good. You know how you can tell a kid is good at drawing? It's not that they maybe draw fingers as sticks or whatever, but that she has a good sense of proportion, and that's what when you know a kid's got a little art going for her, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you, Jack. Anything important you're going to talk about tonight?
Well, I've got some things I think are important. We had something happen. Maybe you mentioned it earlier. It happened in Washington today. The House voted to pass a bill that the Senate approved yesterday to make June the 19th a national holiday.
That pissed me off.
Why?
That's what do they call it? They call it
Juneteenth.
Emancipation Day?
I'll tell you why. Where's the holiday for Asians? Where's the holiday for Mexicans or Latinos? There are, you know,
Cinco de Mayo.
we already have a black holiday when it's Martin Luther King's birthday. So now honor yet another group and maybe a few other ethnic groups.
Well, I think we should. You know, we are.
But I mean, I don't know why blacks should suddenly have two holidays. Am I wrong?
I can think of 250 good reasons.
What's that?
250 years of slavery.
Well, that's fine, but you got your Martin Luther King birthday. Now why don't we?
I would have, instead of a king day, I would have rather had a
I mean, I don't think the Mexicans in our country consider Cinco de Mayo a major holiday for Hispanics.
When they start voting in the kinds of numbers consistently, they will start demanding.
Wait a minute! I didn't know that voting in sufficient quantities entitled you to have a time taken to honor your particular group. And I think, quite frankly, I think we should have like 20 or 30 of these.
I agree.
Because that way we'll never have to go to work.
What about Black Friday? Black Friday too.
Black Friday.
Oh yeah.
Well, look at that.
Yeah, but you see,
why's it got to be Black Friday?
Right there's another history, another holiday that blacks have. You know.
Now, for the benefit of some of my grandkids, I'd like to see a multiracial holiday. for what will be the turning point for America.
Yeah,
We
but I
have
mean,
that,
I just
4th of July.
just didn't see. I thought that was a bunch of white people feeling guilty and giving yet one more holiday to black people, when in fact a holiday should have been done for Hispanic, and
Yes.
and a
See,
holiday should be
see.
done for Asians. You know, Asians helped build this country with the
That's the best.
goddamn railroads. You know, and they were pressed into indentured servitude of a sort. You know, so.
And,
The rest of us.
and there should be a national day of recognition for the Nisai of California and the West Coast who were put in American.
And I'm not even asking for a Jewish holiday. I don't really give a shit, you know.
No, Jewish holiday is the day when everybody's check gets.
I know,
cashed.
I knew. See, I knew it was going to be a cheap joke.
It was going to be.
It was going to be an anti-Semitic joke.
Hey, I'm American. I gotta,
I know some of your best friends
somebody.
are Jewish. I know.
You have 8 Christmases. Leave it alone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you in a bit.
I want Vikings Day.
You want Vikings Day, exactly. Yes, John Larkin. John.
Yeah, you know what the travesty is about the Juneteenth celebration is, the Republicans will vote for that, for the holiday, but they won't vote for critical race theory to be taught. So you can't teach the history. Fuck, what's that about?
But what is it?
Pirates Day.
Somebody quickly explain to me, what is critical race theory?
It's just
It's the truth. It's what it is.
The history of slavery and the history.
Oh,
of
so it's, in other words, it's going back and undoing the myths, as it were, and telling the truth about the history. Okay,
Right.
I just wondered what that term critical, I thought maybe it had to be critical.
And all these red states have voted that it's illegal to teach the truth.
Did you see how many states are working to overturn the kind of voting rights that we have in almost, like 40 of the 50 states or whatever? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Doesn't federal law trump all that stuff?
Hey, listen, if I were all of you, I would move to Europe and get the hell out of Dodge.
Seriously.
I'm looking at houses in Zermatt. My son's godfather said, hey, if you want a house in Europe, let me know. Start searching.
Yeah, well, if you go over there, I'll buy you a goat. Okay, so you can.
No goats.
There are lots of goats. Well, we went to Zermatt together.
Yes.
We honeymooned in Zermatt.
Where the hell is Zermatt?
What we did is we
There must have been a Motel 6 there.
We had a travel
We
agent.
saw many Sony's on the train.
We had a travel agent who said, "Get her a cheap ring to wear, and then we will
Yep.
send ahead to all the hotels you're going to stay at and say you're on your honeymoon." And they upgraded us to the honeymoon suite, and when we went in there was champagne and chocolates.
I mean,
and
our
flowers.
hotel in Zermatt had 3 balconies looking up. 3 balconies looking up to the Matterhorn.
Yeah, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. It was that was a trip to remember. That was my.
Oh, it was awesome.
We went to.
And I paid for half. I mean, when was the last time you took someone to Europe and they paid half?
I think
Abroad. Thank you.
I think you paid for half the hotels and I paid for half the hotels.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
tacky, Alex. You should have paid for them all.
Why?
No.
We're friends.
Because you were newlywed.
Thank you. Oh my God.
She wouldn't have wanted me to,
Yeah.
Yeah, no. She in fact was insisting that she take care of it, and I took care of all the airfare and all of that, and then
We got the hookup first
well, I had
class.
this woman who, anytime I wanted to take a flight on TWA, I just got the cheapest ticket I could lay my hands on, and then she would upgrade me to first class.
It was awesome.
So we did
Why?
first class both ways. It was
Why?
wonderful. Huh?
Because you were Alex Bennett?
That's right. Kiss my ass.
Yeah,
Anyway.
we could.
That's great.
Anyway, hey, listen, that's it for tonight. Boy, it's gone by nicely tonight. Thank you, Alan. Thank you very much to Matt. Matt, you haven't said much of anything, but have a nice trip. And when you get to where you land, please call us, okay?
I will. Thank you.
Okay, please call us. And Charlie Wallace, always love having you here. Jeff, always love having you here. Tony, great having you here. And you didn't drink any coffee tonight, and that's fine with us. And of course, John Larkin and his mandolin. and the lovely and attractive Schmoody, Kathleen, and finally the guy we just love to have here, a regular, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Everybody, why don't you wave goodbye, and I'll wave goodbye back at you, okay? There they go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our citizen panel for tonight. They're going to leave now, and some of them may go over and hang out with Jack Bishop, who does his show next. From on Skype at Gabnet Live is the address, if you want to call him. We'll be back again tomorrow night, 10:30, same time, same station in life. And in the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her. And by the way, if you haven't done so already, get a vaccination, will you? And if you don't vaccinate yourself, wear a mask. See you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Stay safe.